It's going to fall off that thing. JT, it's going to fall off of it.
All right. I think we're live.
Hey guys,
How's everybody doing?
welcome to the Perspective Channels. I'm here with Justin from Horsepower Obsessed, and you know who I am, JT, Carzguyz. So if you guys have any questions or you want to talk about anything, now's your big chance.
Yeah, let us know. Like I said, we're up for talking about anything right now. So anything automotive, if you guys have any specific questions about anything YouTube related, we're here to answer them for you. So anything you have to talk about, let us know. I'm just watching the questions over here on a laptop, so.
I figured you guys would have all kinds of C8 questions. I think this thing is rapidly approaching us. Justin and all these other guys have been really keeping us up to speed on all the C8 stuff.
Hey, Caitlin, how you doing? That's Caitlin just said something.
Hope wherever you guys are, guys got good weather.
Yeah, it's not so bad here today, but I do have a surprise coming for you guys. Anybody out there watching for the Colorado content? I got something coming real soon here for you. Pretty exciting stuff happened today.
Yeah, I got roped into a little bit of that, as you guys will see.
Hi, Shirley. How are you guys doing out there? That sounds nice. I wish I was in California. That weather's probably fantastic.
Oh, man. Don't you know it?
How close are you to wine country, Shirley? Yeah. Silverado SS, that would be nice. I'm actually waiting. I'm kind of pumped to see the new Blazer SS. I'm not sure if there's been any confirmation on GM's part of that yet, but some of the concept that I've seen, it looks freaking awesome. I don't know if you've seen that yet or not, but a V8 in that new Blazer would be really nice. Wine country, yeah, I get it. That's awesome. Black Panther, I think we all want to know that. If I wish I had an answer for you, because if it does weigh less than the C7, it is, in my opinion, it stands a much better chance at being a much better car if the weight is low. Yeah, the Hellcat Rams. I actually just saw they were testing one of those the other day, and it looks pretty good too. JT, I know he has a Ram, he loves it, so it's crazy if they put an engine like that in a truck. That's just insane. San Jose, California, 75 degrees. Good
Unbelievable.
God.
Yeah.
I'll trade with you in a second, man.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister's in San Diego right now.
AJ, yeah, those ZR2s are nice. The part that I just got for my Colorado actually came off of a ZR2. The technical difficulties.
Technical.
Bear with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blazer SS, like I said, I don't think it's been confirmed from GM yet, but I've seen some concept art of it, and honestly, it looks fantastic. Go ahead and Google it. The one, somebody did like a rendering like they were doing with the C8, and the actual look of that Blazer is, it looks like a really beefy Camaro ZL1. It's fantastic looking, I think. George, no, that's not what it is, but if you want to send me your ZR2 hood, I'll take it. I do want one of those. That is on the list. Yeah, the Chevy SS, that was one of my favorite cars, especially for anybody who needs to have a four-door car for any reason. that would be the car I'd get.
Hey, Romaine. My sister just checked in from San Diego. You guys remember Romaine on the Strange Rover upload? She has the Range Rover Sport Supercharged.
Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to do with the Colorado was actually put a lift on it. Right now, I'm looking at the Rough Country 6-inch lift just to get my foot in the door, so to speak, with lifting it. And if I get that, I'm also going to get real beefy tires and everything. But I did something with the Colorado just to kind of hold me over for the time being. So, like I said, that's coming soon. I looked at that Bison grill, and I'm not 100% sure if I like the way it would look on my truck, because I've seen people that put it on their truck with the stock headlights and people who put it on with the spider style headlights. And I think the spider style headlights look way better with that grill, I think. I don't know if it goes real well with the stock headlights, in my opinion. They do put the C7 engine in the new Camaro. Did you mean the Blazer, maybe? Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it, but some trucks it seems to work on, but others I'm not totally sold on it. Oh yeah, the ZR1 engine. Um, I don't know if if GM would be okay putting a 755 horsepower engine in a Camaro and then selling it for way less than the ZR1 is, that's going to definitely hurt sales on a ZR1. I'm not sure.
What's that?
The audio, someone said the audio sounds kind of bad. Does it sound bad on your end? Oh yeah, it is. It's like choppy. I don't know if I should turn off Wi-Fi or not.
Hey, how are you guys out there hearing us? Send us a quick comment about the audio for this.
All right, I just turned off Wi-Fi. Let me know if that's any better.
I think I'm afraid to touch mine.
Amber, are you getting it?
Just got a question about the wax that we would recommend.
It sounds better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so okay,
A
good.
lot of the wax companies out here are doing such a great job with stuff. I mean, you can't really go wrong with any of the waxes. I've been outspoken about the quick details. I mean, if you get enough quick detail on your car and you kind of do that on a regular basis, you really don't have to go with wax unless you're going to do something more advanced like a ceramic coat or something like that.
Yeah, we're in the East Coast here, but one of the things I actually recently turned JT onto was
The Geon.
yeah, Geon wet coat.
Geon wet coat.
I've been a big fan of some of the synthetic spray wax that McGuire's makes, and it really makes the car pop. But after I use the Geon wet coat, that stuff goes on so easily, and the car just looks phenomenal after I use it. I've just been using that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good product. In fact, Justin actually sent me some. You see his car, and his car always looks wet. And ask and you guys shall receive. And here it is. Here it's the Geon wet coat. If you guys can see it there.
Yeah, it's like I said, the way it goes on, you spray it and then pressure wash it off. You use very little of this stuff every time you wash it, and it really does. It makes the car look permanently wet, and water just beads off of it.
And if you have any left, it tastes just like orange crush.
Yeah, George, if you actually, did you ever send me pictures of your Colorado? I'd be interested in seeing it if you have that rough country lift on it. I did get some from, I think it was you actually, but
Okay, thanks. Somebody said sounds clear here.
Okay, good. It might have been we.
Driver, say what's up. Front seat driver said what's up.
Hey,
Hey Jason, how's it
Jason.
going, man?
front seat driver.
Yeah, okay, George. I thought it was you. I do like the way that looks, and honestly, I haven't seen a rough country lift yet that I've heard a lot of bad things about. Like most of it's good stuff, and it seems to do exactly what we want it to do. So I don't really see the point paying more at this point, especially since this is really my first adventure with that kind of thing. So
Somebody asked me to buy it.
Somebody just asked where you get the Gion wet coat. It's not actually in the auto zones and advanced autos of the world just yet. Justin, you
yeah,
online.
I bought it on Amazon. You can get it from Amazon. You can buy it, I believe, directly from Gion. There's a couple different like Auto Geek websites and stuff like that you can buy it from. But from Amazon, I believe it was $18, and that bottle will do, if you do the same car, probably 5 or 6 times before you need more. I did see Matt just got his lift, and honestly, I'd seen his channel a couple different times, and after I saw his truck, that's really what sold me on I need to get this thing ASAP. I was actually hoping to get mine before he got his, but he kind of beat me to it. So it does look good, though. I definitely agree. It's a great looking truck.
Red bar up there.
Yeah, I saw that.
410 inch.
Thanks, Jason. How's the weather down there in Texas today?
You know it's going to be better than here.
Of
I
course.
mean,
I actually heard, I've heard in the Corsa Extreme on the C7, and I like the way that sounds. So I haven't heard the Borla Attack in person, so I can't comment 100% on that, but the Corsa sounds amazing. Yeah, Jason, I wish you were here too, man. You could feel free to come up anytime. I drove over here to JT's. Only took me about 3 hours, so maybe it'd take you 4.
the days or hours.
Yeah, right. Yeah, days.
Yeah, somebody just asked about that Shelby. It's a monster. Monster.
Yeah, honestly, have they released official horsepower numbers for that car yet?
Nope.
So they said it's going to have at least 700. So if I had to guess, it's probably going to come out and be right around what the Hellcat puts out, but it's going to weigh at least 1,000 pounds less. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that thing's going to be a beast. Hey, Jody, how's it going? Is she watching too, Jason?
Is she watching?
I just asked him. She is. Awesome. How you doing, Jody?
Hey, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Oh, there's a little gift for Jody.
Yeah, Mrs. HPO just chimed in.
So, what do you guys think? If anybody out there watching right now about the C8, the recent leak that just came out showing some of the options for the car, what do you guys think about it? I know I said one of my favorite options was that front end lift, and I seem to have gotten a good bit of people agreeing. But what else do you guys think about that? I mean, there's a lot of options on that list. One of the most notable missing is chrome rims. You're not going to be able to get chrome rims on that car. It's either black, gunmetal, or machine.
I like the 7.
Oh yeah,
Shelby truck,
that Shelby truck is nice. There's actually one for sale at a local dealership right up by me, and I went by and looked at it the other day. It's nice looking. The only thing I'm not real pleased with on it is how much it costs. It's an expensive truck.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so. The C8 competing with the 720S. I'll be honest. If that C8 comes out and it is even remotely a competitor for that 720, it's gonna sell like hotcakes. Because I mean, honestly, the car is gonna cost so much less than a McLaren. It would be crazy not to buy that over the 720S.
Romaine said it's like a rocket.
What's that? Somebody just asked about the Geon wet coat again. I think they're asking about AutoZone and stuff.
Yeah, the Geon wet coat, I don't think you can get it at AutoZone or Advance or anything. The only place I've ever seen it readily for available is Amazon. I can actually, we'll post a link at the end of this live feed. I'll post a link to it for you guys if you want to check it out.
It will work.
Peter, I have actually looked into the K-Tech or the Tony Momo, I think his name is, ported throttle body. I actually almost got it because apparently it solves some issues with a slight stumble at idle, especially for the manual transmission. But I never actually got one because I was kind of toying with the idea of getting the car tuned anyway. And if I do, they can tune out that stuff. So.
Is that PC?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah, rub it in, George. If you got weather that nice that you're getting in the pool, then I definitely envy you. Enjoy it, though. That's awesome.
All right, guys, you aspiring YouTubers out there, we thought you had you'd have some questions about starting channels and things of that
Somebody
nature.
about a Shelby GT 500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we answered the
Yeah.
Shelby.
The Shelby, I mean, the Shelby GT500 is going to be a beast. There's no doubt. The GT350 came out and blew the doors off things whenever it had less horsepower than most. So that 500 is going to be even more of a beast.
Yeah.
Chevy with the Impala, I think, I know Ford recently just stopped making all of their like more base model cars like the Focus, even the Taurus. They're focusing mostly on Mustang and trucks and SUVs. And I think a lot of companies are going to go that same route because they're not making any money on the Impalas, the Cruises. They're not making the money that they do on their SUVs, trucks, and like the Corvette and Camaro. I think you're going to see a lot of companies following suit with what Ford's doing. So I think that's probably why they're cutting the ties with any of those kind of cars. And if you're referring to the Impala or the SS, that actually didn't sell very well. It had really poor sales, so GM axed that from the list. But it was one of my favorite sedans for sure.
It was a nice car. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Ford is getting rid of the Taurus. I've heard that they're cutting everything except for the Mustang, SUVs, and trucks. I mean, that's been the word on the street now for a couple months, so I'm not sure when that's actually going to happen, but
I just got a high front seat driver.
yeah, that's true, Jason. GM doesn't seem to do a real good job at marketing any of their vehicles, to be honest with you. So with them dropping the SS, I'm not really that surprised based on its sales, and they didn't do a very good job of marketing it. I don't think I ever saw a commercial for it, and it's a shame because it was a beast.
Yeah, Jason's right.
As a Chevy fan, I'm always happy, but honestly, if Chevy GM in total cuts the cars like the Cruze and the Impala that aren't selling well enough for them, and they take that manpower and focus on cars like the Corvette, Camaro, the SUVs, the trucks, all that stuff's going to get even better. And, less manpower spread thin throughout the whole lineup.
What are you guys' thoughts on discontinuing the C7 once the C8 comes out? You would have thought they would run both models simultaneously for a couple of years anyway.
Yeah, that would be nice. Honestly, I've heard that rumor left and right, but every time I hear that rumor pop up, I hear it's not going to happen from somebody. So I think honestly GM should consider doing that because of the fact that the C8 just it's so divided. Some people just love it and other people can't stand the direction the car is going in. So to really please everybody, I would say that would be in their best interest is to make both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scorpion, the SS, GT, pretty much all cars here very soon are going to be hybrid or full electric at some point. I know it's coming, and I'm going to miss the combustion engine, but at the same time, I'm sure the electric ones will find a way to keep me happy. So
You're not going to miss them at the pump.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dodge, that was about a year ago, I think they announced they were going to stop making the Viper, but they did the same thing years ago and then came back with it a little bit later. There's rumors that they're going to do the same thing here again and come back out with it again as a mid-engine. So if they do that, it's possible launch date right around the same time as the C8. It would be interesting, though. I've always had kind of a soft spot for the Dodge Viper. I'm not a huge Dodge Chrysler fan, but the Dodge Viper, even as a kid, I mean, that car just blew my mind. So
About as raw as you can get.
Yeah.
You feel like you've been in a prize fight after you drive one of those things. And the first incarnation, you burn your leg on that side pipe.
yeah. Yeah, there was actually, I think it was the second generation Corvette that had the side exhaust pipes that they were actually banned for sale in California because the exhaust was igniting leaves as they were driving along.
Wow.
So that particular car, I don't remember if the sale was banned or if they made it so the exhaust had to be changed to come out the back instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad had one of those.
I think honestly the same thing with Chrysler. Chrysler recently axed the 200 as well, and the 200 was pretty much like their answer to the Chevy Cruze or more of an economy car.
Yep.
And they cut the 200s out. They dropped the 300, which was kind of surprising because especially the SRT8 300 was actually a pretty nice car. But yeah, I think honestly all the car companies are doing the same thing. They're cutting the smaller cars and focusing on the trucks, SUVs, and performance cars to really sell stuff.
Yeah, PC just checked in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it just dropped off. I couldn't catch what he said.
Hey, Peter, how you doing?
PC.
We were going to run this until you showed up, so...
That's right.
Yeah, I totally agree, Scorpion. I think with the way that the Corvette in general has gone throughout the years, a lot of people think the Corvette should have been mid-engine years ago, and now we're getting to the point where it's getting very close to the point where it's not going to matter soon, because if all these car companies are going to start going hybrid or full electric, then it doesn't matter anymore. So I agree that they do need to do it and get it done. Yeah, I thought that same thing with cutting the affordable vehicles. I don't fully understand exactly how they're setting all this up on their end, because like my daily driver until I got my Colorado was a Cruze, and it's like that was an affordable car for me. Outside of that, I'm not going to buy just an old truck that I'm going to run around. So I'm kind of confused on that myself, but somehow they've added all this up and it makes sense to them financially to get rid of the smaller cars and focus on the bigger stuff.
PC said he didn't get my carrier pigeon message that we were up live. Hey, all you ZR1 owners out there, you guys are sitting in the catbird seat with that just 1 year production monster car, man. I just, who would have thought it was just going to be a 1 year rollout on that?
I actually thought that same thing, Scott. The idea of a production car coming with a Pro Charger would be really something else. I mean, a Pro Charger has a lot of benefits and very few drawbacks. So I'm kind of curious myself why we've never seen that. I've actually heard good things about the Buick. I actually have a friend that drives one of those, and it has a really, really quick engine in it. If you throw a fairly simple tune on it, you're talking well over 300 horsepower in a fairly tiny car. So, I honestly, if I could find one cheap, I'd probably buy it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it had a similar engine. I used to own a Cobalt Turbo SS back in the day, and that thing, you throw a simple tune on it, I had almost 400 horsepower in a car that weighed like 2,800 pounds. So what kind of questions do you have for us, Peter? We can't end this stream until we get one of your questions answered.
Well, he's dialing up one now. You know it.
Yeah, Myron, one of my friends, like I said, bought one. He's got a burgundy one, and it's actually, I think it's a nice looking car.
The GS.
Yeah.
Something about Buick that was suggest that
I know.
you're in your dad's car.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of their ads nowadays are saying, "Oh, it's my Buick over there," and then they're looking around like,
like what, where?
Yeah, and I kind of get that because you do have that opinion of a Buick, or up until not that long ago, you had the same kind of opinion about a Cadillac.
Yeah. And CTSV is a monster.
That's awesome, Myron. I'm glad that I have someone who will follow me that closely. I mean, that's awesome. I appreciate it.
Something about YouTube? Did you see that?
Interesting. I would personally choose a Stingray over the Mustang. I would imagine JT's probably the same.
Yeah. I've had a couple of Mustangs and loved them, but just something about the mystique of a vet.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's not really, it's not even a bias thing for me. It's just like he said, there's something about a vet that's just totally different than another car. So
yeah, you're talking the Shelby Cobra GT500. You make a compelling argument.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, if you're comparing, it's no comparison. If it's a Stingray versus the GT500, I mean, you go with the GT500. But if it's Stingray for 5.0, I'm taking the Stingray.
Yeah.
Peter, there is a good chance that is going to be exactly the case. I've read a lot of people saying that we are not getting that C8 until at least 2021. But of course, no one really knows. There's also a lot of rumors suggesting that we're going to see it this summer. So if it delays that long, GM would be stupid not to continue the sales of the C7 until then. I mean, especially since I've read a lot of stuff saying that the C7s have a lot of unsold inventory on their lots right now, and apparently you can get them for a really good price right now. So, yeah, I would definitely, if I was the head of GM, I would continue selling that car until the C8 was on the lot, and maybe even then after that. Yeah, and that's what I heard, that we're going to see it this summer, but you're not going to actually get production started until December. So
it pushes it back to 01.
Yeah,
2000.
You'd get it 2020. Probably spring 2020 is what it would be if we saw it summer and the production starts in December.
People still dialing up 19 Z06s though. Still ordering them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, as of right now, if I had to sell my car and buy something else, I think this is the first car I've ever owned that I would sell it and buy another one just like it, only in a 19. And, I mean, unless, of course, I could afford the ZR1, I would get that instead. But I'm in love with the C7 platform to the point where I would, if I sold that car, I'd buy another one. As far as the Scat Pack or the Hellcat, I mean, I don't know a lot about the Dodge stuff, but if it were up to me and I was going to get a Challenger or a Charger, I'm going to get the Hellcat, or in the Charger or the Challenger status, maybe the Demon if I can afford it. But I'm not sure exactly what makes the Scat Pack. So
Within 30 minutes.
Yeah, you guys, you can hear the cuckoo clock.
mid battery, yeah, I like that, Scorpion. That's funny. I honestly, I guess it would be, but I mean, when it comes to the battery location with a car like that, I'm assuming they're just looking for the best weight transfer. It can't really be much more than that, but I'll have to look that car up. I've never even heard of that.
What was that?
These are your JT's house. I hear the
Must be
cuckoo
it.
clock.
Yeah, I got a thing for
That was
time.
Peter.
Always late, and I got a thing for time. Go figure.
PC said that.
Myron, I actually looked at a Silverado before I bought my Colorado, and honestly, the only reason I got the Colorado over it was because I preferred a smaller truck, especially for where I have to park it on a daily basis. I didn't want to necessarily be running around in a full size. My Corvette is already a V8 that uses a lot of gas. I kind of wanted to try to save as much as I could with the second vehicle. Really, the price is about the same. So if you have any use at all for a full size truck, I'd get the Silverado. But with that said, I mean, I love the Colorado. I think it's great. And what we just did to it today makes it even better. So it's really kind of a preference thing. I'd say, honestly, go check out both. See which one you prefer. But if you're going to be doing a lot of truck-like stuff with it, I'd probably do the Silverado. Yeah, we're here at JT's, Peter.
You heard the cuckoo clock in the background. There's a C8 question. You see the C8 question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that Celine car, but I think everybody's just making a huge deal out of it because it's the first Corvette that would be mid-engine, and because the previous Corvettes have all been talked about being a mid-engine, and everybody wanted them to be a mid-engine. Now it seems to be a reality, and we might be getting a mid-engine. And I think that's why there's so much excitement, so much controversy over it, because it's not so much that Americans haven't done it before, it's because the Corvette specifically hasn't done it. I hope so, Scorpion, because honestly, the C8R I think is one of the nicest looking renderings I've seen of the C8 period. And honestly, I wouldn't mind to see the C8R come out and actually be the Z06 equivalent.
PC says speak up louder.
PC said we got to talk louder.
Who are you having trouble hearing, PC? Me or JT?
That's a loaded question, PC. Go easy.
Okay.
Don't yell. No, I'm fine.
I agree again. The ZR1 does look better than I honestly wasn't ever really sold on the C7R's looks, and that's odd to say because it doesn't look that much different than the C7. But there's just a couple things that really turn me off on it. But the C8R looks really good for a C8. So
Monster.
the C7, the ZR1 especially, it's beat the Ford GT around multiple tracks, and it's kind of confusing to me because I see some drag strip footage showing the ZR1 not being able to beat the GT, and then other ones showing it crushing the GT.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if they're like loaded videos or what it is.
Tell Justin about the F40 he's been looking at.
Me?
Oh yeah, PC had told me about an F40, a rare F40 that Nicolas Cage actually drove, and it's in a shop somewhat near where PC stays. So PC says he's going to go look at it.
Wow.
It's a rare F40.
How much are they looking at for that PC?
Yeah, how many millions? Do
I
you
was going to
have?
say that's.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get up to that shop near PC. It says it's a crazy shop, kind of like a must-see shop.
Did he drive that in what? Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yep.
I don't remember him driving any Ferraris. Myron, if you have a chance, send me the video you're referring to specifically with that, because I'm curious to see that kind of stuff. And I think it was the Virginia International Raceway was the one that the C set or the ZR1 beat the GT on by like a full second or two. It was pretty impressive, honestly.
They had the same track, but we had the wreck, the C8 wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, and see that C8 wreck, I couldn't find any actual evidence of it happening. And it's like there's so many people saying, "Oh yeah, it wrecked and here's a piece of it." But there was no footage, no pictures, no nothing showing that actually happened. So so much of the stuff with this C8 is just like
it's a lot of speculative
yeah.
stuff. Any of you guys out there have any additional information on that C8 wreck?
You're about to pull the trigger on it for that much money. Good Lord. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Myron. It feels to me like it would be some sort of loaded race for it to constantly win when it doesn't make a lot of sense that it should.
I wonder if it was the same guy that wrecked the ZR1.
Yeah.
The GM.
If it is, he needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpion, that's the same thing I've been saying the whole time. I was going to make a video of it, but then I realized, it's so much speculation, more so than any of the other C8 stuff. And then it's like, at some point, I'm not pulling facts from anywhere. There's literally no one saying, yes, it happened for sure. I saw it. Here's some pictures. So I just said, I'm not going to be able to run with anything on that.
It's almost like GM is doing it on purpose.
Yeah. They're purposely releasing little pieces of information at a time just to keep us interested. But I think it's about time we see the car. See that honestly, Peter, that's another one of those things where if the Porsche team sets out to destroy a record, I'm sure they're going to be able to do it. Porsche, especially any of the GT2, GT3 RS, those cars are just amazing. But I would like to see, after they beat that record, I'd like to see the ZR1 back out there in a capable driver's hands and see if they can beat it again. Because honestly, when someone sets a record like that and a year later someone else comes out and beats it, I feel like that car should get a chance to go back out there and see if it can beat it again, kind of thing. So all right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. So I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate all the comments. I think I'm going to try to do these kind of videos every Sunday. I probably won't get to do it with JT every Sunday because
no way.
It's kind of a far drive. But I'm going to try to set up something every Sunday just to get some questions answered and get some different feel for the content out there. Thanos, we're getting off, man. Sorry, I'll answer one question though. If you want to throw something out there real quick for us.
There's some people chiming in late.
No, if you want to leave a question on the video, I'll definitely come back and answer it after it goes back up. But yeah, I appreciate it, and I'm sure JT does.
Absolutely. Carzguyz.
Yeah. So I'll catch you guys next week. If you don't see another video from me before then, I'll see you guys next Sunday.
All right, guys.
Same time,
Thanks for
same
chiming in.
Same time next Sunday. Yeah, that was pretty
Dub,
successful.
do you know how to do the live feed without Justin being here?